All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day. I know this was very, very last minute, and I appreciate everybody's sacrifice and willingness to really come on and give this the time and attention that you deserve. Everybody knows that we have a very special guest on today, and that's none other than our CEO. And before I introduce him and have him take over, I just really want everybody to know how appreciative I am. In my more than 2 decades of my career, as well as all of you guys, I've never really had somebody that's really led with their heart. And the fact that this man has accomplished so much in the last 15 years in an industry that's been so challenging, and has rose to the top. Right? He's a man who cares about the community and the individual, each one of you specifically, more than I have ever seen any of my employers, any of my coworkers outside of my martial arts career. There's somebody that just encompasses, value and caring and love. And I really appreciate that. And most of you know that I've had a conversation with, that I had an opportunity when we were at the family reunion to sit down with Izhak and meet on one-on-one and propose some ideas. And these ideas were not necessarily mine. These ideas were as a result of the effort and the time that each and every one of you have put in over the course of the last 6 months, 8 months, 15 months to 2 years. And you've been instrumental in helping not only me test this, but implement it through the process. And so as much as I really appreciate everything that Izhak's doing, I have to let you guys know that I really appreciate everything that you're doing as well. And as we enter our next phase here in SEAcret, many of us have been here for 8 months. We've kind of seen some ups and downs as we've expected. A lot of us here on this call didn't really have any experience in skincare in an industry that we've been trying to build for several years, and now to have a product and service, it was challenging for some of us. But I want to make sure that everybody here knows it doesn't really matter what the product or service is that you have in your hands and in your possession. It really matters what your heart's doing. Okay. And so I want to thank every one of you guys here for the heart that you're leading by, regardless of the product you have. That being said, knowing that we're entering into the next phase and we're going into the launch of nutrition, I want to make sure that Izhak has the opportunity to put the face with names that he hears your leadership, between Chris, Kimmy, Trish, and I, and Chaz. We talk about you guys all the time. And so, Izhak, are you online, sir?
I'm here.
Okay, good. I just want to make sure. I know that you're traveling to Australia, so again, I appreciate your time. I want to make sure we respect your time. What I've asked everybody to do is just to kind of, again, so you kind of understand what their story is, much like we did when we flew out to Arizona and met you for the first time. I remember very vividly that we sat down at a boardroom table and you asked every one of us our question, who we are and what it is that SEAcret can do for us. And so I asked everybody here, after coming from the family reunion, is to really share their 30-second story with you. Okay, and we can start with Chris momentarily, but is there anything else that you have to add before we kind of really share it from there?
Sure. I just want to set the ground a little bit for why this conversation is so important to me. And obviously, except for the obvious, you guys are my family and my community, and we're driving a business together. But if I learned something throughout my experience for the last 15 years, is that the biggest asset that I have in my life is these relationships. The relationship that I have with the people that I know for sure in charge of my future. Now, if we look at the history of SEAcret, and I'm sure that all of you know it by now, and if not, just know that it started with nothing, with the story of a family that got supported by people around us that believed in us, that knew that if they're going to give us from their time, from their passion, we will be grateful and do the same thing for them. And that has created a movement. It's created a business, and more importantly, it created a philosophy. This philosophy of understanding that unity and relationship between people understanding that values are first, will take us much higher than any type of business transaction. And that's what was for us so clear from the beginning. That's what became our passion and our goal and our vision in life. And that's what we decided to devote our life to serve and protect. So the reason why I'm saying that is that in this call, which obviously some of you I feel already like family because we spent time together, even if it was briefly or a few meetings. I remember the meeting we had in our office at the beginning, Jay, when you were there, and Chris and Kimi and Trish and Chaz and Alex and Casey, and we talked about what we are looking for. You know, what exactly we're looking for in life. Is that business? Is that success? Is that glory? Is that relationship? Mission to help other? And everybody expressed their thoughts. And there was something very special that happened in that room. And the special thing that happened was the connection that we all felt, and the vision that we felt that we're sharing towards what we really want to do in life. And when you look at it, you know, everybody that is going to talk soon will talk about who they are and what they see in SEAcret, what they expect. And I can tell you what I'm expecting from SEAcret for me, for my family. At the end, like any of you on the phone, I want to be successful. Like any of you, I'm willing to do everything that it takes. Maybe some of us want more success. Maybe some of us are not as aggressive about it. But it doesn't matter what level you are and what is your expectations. What I want from SEAcret is to know that what I'm fighting for, my goals, my dreams, my vision, I do it with the right people. I do it with people that I can trust. I do it with people that I can believe in. I do it with people that I know that they got my back. You know, we all expect from people to be what we always hope for in a relationship. We want people to do this and that and to be that for us and to represent those kind of things and be there when we call them and do all those things for us. And then we get disappointed because sometimes we feel we're expecting too much. I think that here in SEAcret, we can definitely expect for one another, but just do what you expect somebody else to do for you. If you really want to build this relationship, you be this person that you hope that will be your best friend. And I think that if we can do that, especially in the environment that we created, then it's worth living. It's worth working for. It's worth fighting for. It's worth protecting. And that's what I'm expecting from SEAcret. You know, people ask me how big I want this company to be. That is not really the question that I ask myself, because I know with the drive that we have, this company can be the biggest in the world, can be the most exciting opportunity out there. But what really gets me to think, what really gets me excited about what I do over here in SEAcret is to be able to build a wealthy global community, but a community that have values, that have culture, that have integrity, that put relationship in the front. And this is why a call like that is so critical. A call with an organization that I believe in so much. A call with the leadership that I got to meet some of you, and some of you maybe briefly, but I see as the future of our community. And to be able to hear you again, to hear some new faces and new stories, for me, it's so valuable, and that's why I'm so excited about this call. But also add to that the fact that SEAcret is in a very special point in time right now, that we are transitioning, and not transitioning, actually evolving, and adding another layer of wealth and wellness to our community, starting of course with skincare and the best products in the world, and now going into nutrition supplements. And it's not just nutrition and supplements, it's more than that. We're talking about the health philosophy that SEAcret has adopted. And I know that some of you heard a little bit about it in our Facebook Live, and you know that the key point for SEAcret is the fact that we have an uncompromised products that integrate a all-in-one full solution for the day, which if you look at it and you look at all the qualities of the day and the night, the 3-day benefit, the 3-night benefit, there is no other company that invested in simplifying a solution for nutrition supplements. We just simplify, we make it easy, we make it understandable. That's one thing that is so critical, because we wanted to make it easy for people. And obviously integrating our unique minerals and the science behind these products. The second thing that makes us so special is our delivery system, is the understanding that here in SEAcret, like anything else, if you want to create an impact, if you want to be able to influence so many people, and we start with customers, we have to give them the experience of doing that, because if you look at nutrition and supplements, most of it is being associated with tablets or pills or you name it. And we wanted to have an experience that is exclusive for SEAcret, and also an experience that makes sense science-wise. And of course, I can talk about the science behind our delivery system forever, but it's definitely a differentiator, and that's why we are patented on it, and that's why it's so unique only for SEAcret. And the third element that makes SEAcret so special, of course, is our health philosophy, which I talked about it in our Facebook Live, also in our reunion event, a health philosophy that is being integrated in an accountability format in a way that we all doing it together with the application that we are launching next week to get people to get engaged, to learn, to be educated, to get recognized for their activity. Because what we learned is that when you look at health and finances, which are the biggest challenges of people, they are challenges, but usually our own health is at the bottom of the list. And that's something that we need to change over here in SEAcret. And if we're not going to change it through education, we're going to change it through having people have fun while they take nutrition. If they're not going to have fun while they take nutrition, we're going to do it through getting them engaged in gamifying it. We're going to get them accountable for it. We're going to let other people see how many steps they do and if they really care about their life. And at the end of it, they really get to win in health points versus anything else, which is the most valuable points of our life. So obviously I can talk about it forever, but these are the three key elements of why SEAcret brings so much more value to nutrition world and why we're doing that and not just another product for our community. So I want you to know that I believe that the team on the call today has the ability to really bring SEAcret to the next level because of your experience. And I'm not just talking about the fact that majority of you come from nutrition. I'm talking about the fact that majority of you come from nutrition into a skincare company. You created a movement with your belief, with your leadership, with your ability to see the bigger picture. And now when you look at what is happening and what SEAcret has to offer to you, especially with our nutrition products and your experience before, I think it's a perfect storm, I would say. Everything is in the right place. And I had a chance to, of course, I'm talking to the leadership all the time, but me and Jay had the chance to talk a little bit. And Jay has a program that he put together. He sent it to me, and I told him that because you are the leadership group that I see that can create the next movement in the North American market, I definitely want to learn. I want to listen exactly like I learned and listened from 19 years old when I changed my entire business model. Now we're here to listen to you and knowing that you are able to even do and to have it get us in a bigger impact than what Betty did 6 years ago when she came with their crazy ideas. So I'm excited about it. I'm ready. I know that we can do something big. And guys, I'm so happy that I have the chance now to listen to you and stop talking for a minute.
Izhak, it's great, man. We love listening to you talk. You can never talk too much, sir. Really appreciate that. Chris?
Yeah. It's funny. You guys all know my story and stuff, but one thing I wanted to point out is, that you're in the right place when Izhak turns on his camera and every single face that's on here, all of a sudden, everyone just lights up in the most genuine way imaginable. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I was looking at the gallery view and everyone at the same time was like you just feel warm inside. Look, you guys know my story, so I'm not going to go through that with you too much. I just want you guys to know how much I appreciate all of you being here and how much I trust you and respect all of you guys. And Izhak talked a lot about the family and the community, and it really starts with this group right here. So I think you guys all know that I got started in this profession because I wanted to change the trajectory of my life, and I want to create a better life for my family, and I want to be a stay-at-home dad. I've spent too many years surrounded by people who couldn't enjoy raising their kids on their own terms because they were stuck at jobs they didn't want to be at. And that's ultimately the reason why I'm here. And I believe with every fiber of my being that this is the vehicle that's going to take me there. or I should say that I'm going to use this vehicle to take me there with you guys. So I'm going to pass it on and shut up now because I know we got time constraints.
Thanks, Chris. Kimmy?
Hey, it's good to see everybody. It's been a little while. Isaac, always good to see your face. Most people know why I got into this industry as well, but I'm not going to go into what got me started so much as what keeps me going now, because what catapulted me into the industry is not what keeps me going. What's kept me going is the relationships that were built and the people that are in my life now. And most of you are right here on this call right now. And it started in a company, in a field that I loved, and it's totally transformed. And I don't think there are any coincidences. Just like Isaac said, you know, we are here in this place now where we went from a skincare company to launching into nutrition. I know health and wellness is a passion for a lot of us, and the stars are just aligning. Things are lining up the right way. And even though I wasn't at the family reunion, I still felt the impact of it. And with another little one on the way, there's nothing more that I want to be able to show my kids than to show them that they don't have to stay on the beaten path. They can take a path less traveled, not to, you know, quote some author here, but there are options in life, and it doesn't have to be the 40 hours a week, you know, punching a clock 9 to 5, and you can build amazing relationships across the country and across the world and have a purpose every day and be able to work from wherever you want and make what you earn. And I really love that concept, and I know that this is the company that's just going to help us all get to where we want to be.
Thanks, Kimmy. Trish?
Hey guys, I know a lot of you know my story as well, but I will share this. You know, very early on in my career as a CPA, Rob and I both learned that we had to do something else if we ever wanted to raise a family, because we were working all the time. We were very successful with what we did, but we were always at work, and we, you know, leave at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, get back at, 8 o'clock at night. And we just knew that something had to change or our kids would grow up in daycare. And our whole thought was, if that was going to be the case, then why have them? And so we've been blessed that, we have owned our own businesses, for the last, 18 years or so. However, with that, we've also had just a lot of limitations, because even though it's allowed us to be flexible, it hasn't given us that complete time freedom or financial freedom that this industry really has to offer. And so now that my kids are a little older and I've got more time, to put back, I really had just a couple of choices. And that was to either go back to corporate America so I could make, some more money to put towards retirement, or to really find something in this industry. And of course, I wasn't going back to corporate America. There's no way I was going back. And so feel so blessed that we found SEAcret and that we have all found one another, because I really think that we have such an amazing group here. We have an amazing company with an amazing leader, who every time he talks, I get cold chills, and it just makes me smile, because I just know how genuine he is and what he has to offer. But we really do have a family here, and I'm so excited for what we have and all the knowledge and experience that we all have, that we now can put together and work together to help one another be so successful.
Thanks, Trish. I did see Rob on the call too. Not to necessarily put you on the spot, but I think it's equally as important to know that spousal support, is going to be absolutely phenomenal with our industry. And Rob, you come with a set of skills that has catapulted a lot of us, if not all of us on this call, to where we are today. So I can't not acknowledge you. If you would like to just, give me a quick rundown so Isaac knows when I say Rob said or Rob did this, he knows what we're talking about.
Yep. Hello, everybody. I'm Rob. I'm the supportive spouse here. Like Trish said, we've had our own companies for probably the past 18 years, never really worked for the man. But I've been seeing the success that she's had with our other company as well as SEAcret now. And after last week, I definitely decided to jump on board. I've been a big help for a lot of you guys in the past with the other company, and I'm hoping to play the same sort of role this year. But like I said, we're moving ahead from Phoenix. We've kind of been on a sprint, and things are going good. I'm really excited. So
thank you very much, Rob.
Thank you very much for your time tonight, Isaac. I know you're a busy man, and we definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that. That was totally unscripted. You had no clue we were doing that. I know. Sorry. So everybody here knows my story as well. I love the fact coming out of the family reunion that we can say one phrase, right? And that's that we're in the business to sharing the secret to health and wealth. And coming from me being a physician assistant in the healthcare for the last 24 years, that's really been my focus. It's really been other people, my patients' health. Now, we all come with our own baggage. We all come with family stories, with pain, with issues that have made us who we are. Many of you know my story about my wife becoming disabled, leaving us with a single income. Some things that I haven't shared yet is, we lost a child, we lost a son. That was very impactful when I was going about my career in the healthcare, is because I had to come off of the death of a child and start helping other people. We ended up living off government aid, student loans, and we even had to file bankruptcy along the way. The entire 25 years of my working career has led me to where I am now. And I truly believe that God has put Izhak in my life, as well as all of you guys in my life, to help me on to that next chapter. And I truly believe that what I am doing now, whether it's, an online business, spending more time at home with my kids, traveling, I've committed to going to the Korean convention. So Chris, I'll see you there. But I want to make sure that I am no longer just working for a paycheck. Living paycheck to paycheck is where I have been the majority part of my life. And this year, 2017, with the launch of nutrition, with everything and all of your help, it's allowing me to live my life now while leaving a legacy for generations to come. So I thank all of you guys for supporting me, for being there as I continue to grow. Chaz, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Hey guys, how are you? I just really wanted to say thank you guys to all of you guys. I'm really grateful to actually even be here on the Zoom right now, because I'm supposed to be out to sea listening to whale farts. Because that's what I do. So I'm really excited just to be here in general and be in your guys' presence. The biggest thing that really drove me in this, not only SEAcret, but in this organization, my family, is, obviously I've been in the Navy 8.5 years. And I don't regret that for a moment. I love what I do. I'm really, really excited and extremely patriotic for what I do and what we stand for. But the thing that it took me away from was family, right? For the first, 7-8 years, it wasn't that bad, right? But now I'm going back to sea, have a 3-year-old and a 7-month-old, right? And have another 4 years on a submarine. And there's nothing I can do about that unless I make $300,000 in a year. And then the Navy kicks me out because I make too much money, right? Which, if you think that's not a goal, let's be real, like that's definitely a goal. Having that type of drive system, if you want to say, in my business, and understanding that everybody in my situation that's in the military, especially, that's if you guys don't, that's my focus, right? We are in this situation where we're away from our families for time and time again, and there's zero communication, right? The longest I went without listening to or hearing Kelsey at all was 30 days, right? Of zero communication, pretty much, like, if you want to say, a blackout. And so the fact that I was able to recreate a paycheck, right, in 6 months that I was working 8.5 years for, that was the biggest turning point of my, if you want to say, of my life, understanding what I can create with what we've been given, right? And we have some phenomenal products from some absolutely ridiculous leadership. I don't even have a word that describes our leadership. And I'm just so happy to be here and be with you guys and to really, really move forward. I'm ready to absolutely crush 2017.
Thank you for your service, Chaz. We really appreciate you. We missed you this weekend, but you were there. You were there with us for sure. James Sr.
Hi, everybody. Before I get started, of course, I've worked with a lot of you for 1-2 years. I consider you all our extended family, brothers and sisters. As you all know, love seeing you all when we get together. You all know me pretty much too. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm an Army retiree, currently working as a realtor. The thing that I see both those are is both professions are very time consuming, away from family. I'm happily married to my best friend. You all know her, Monica. She's not here right now. We have 8 kids and 15 grandkids. We have 2 more coming this year, so we'll be at 17 grandkids by the end of this year. Since starting SEAcret 8 months ago, we've discovered that the time freedom allows Monica to be able to, and I, to be able to go and see our grandkids more often. They're located in 6 different states, so they're all over the place, which is kind of hard from being in sunny California. Be out to see Chaz and my grandkids in Hawaii next month, which is going to be a nice 10-day vacation. You know, one thing that I was kind of skeptical too, like all of us when we got into the skincare, is the products, and I've never used it and that type of thing. But this last time in Phoenix, I ran into an Army friend that I hadn't seen in 14 years. My wife was able to meet her and stuff like that, and it was kind of interesting because we're sitting down talking about what I do, and she's still working at the Army Recruiting Battalion there in Phoenix. But she's like, "You're different. Your personality's different. You're not so uptight. You're relaxed. And oh, by the way, you look 10 years younger than you did when I saw you 14 years ago." So I thought that was pretty cool. The other thing is for Monica and I too, and one of our ambitions with all the grandkids, as you all know, is we're trying to build something in SEAcret to where we're able to leave it for our grandkids, you know, leave that legacy behind. It's not for us, it's not for our kids, but it's for the 15 grandkids that come after us. Thanks.
Thank you very much again for your service as well. Todd, sir.
Hey everyone, my name is Todd Gross Jr. Everyone calls me TJ. But just a little bit about me. I'm born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. The way that I grew up is that we never really knew where our next meal was coming from. And so I always looked for stability. And so I ended up joining the Navy. And in joining the Navy, I was looking for that stability again. And I quickly found that it was more of like a popularity contest rather than getting paid off for your actual work. And I got introduced with the product, and I used the aftershave. And before then, I would shave and my face would look like the back of a Nestle Crunch bar. And it was just amazing because I used all the lotions, the potions, the pills. They even said that I had to get some type of surgery to remove my hair. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. So when I used the product and it actually worked the first time with me using a sharp razor, I was just amazed by it. And I just love the community and the person that I've become, because I'm not the same person that I was a year ago. And you can ask anybody. Like, I've been taking coaching classes, and my mother doesn't even recognize me. My father doesn't even recognize me. Like, they're coming to me for advice, and it's just spreading everywhere. And I love it.
Thank you very much again for your service in the military as well. And yes, Todd, I have to pause here just to tell you how proud I am of you and the leadership role that you are taking and have taken more so over the last 8 months to go out and to invest into your future, which is also investing into ours, into your team. Regardless of where anybody else falls within your organization, the fact that we can turn to you and have turned to you as a leader, as a coach, as a mentor, you know, my hats are off to you. Thank you again for taking that leadership role. Thank you again for incorporating everything that you learn into this organization, because it's only going to make every single one of us stronger and build your business as well. Lauren L. Chen. Sorry, let me unmute you. Can you unmute yourself? Where are you at?
Hi, can you hear me?
There we go. Sorry.
Hi. First, I just want to thank you, Isaac, for jumping on this call with us today. It's obviously very special, and we're blessed to be able to be here with you. And we know you have a very busy schedule. Most of you also know my background is in health and fitness, coming from a personal training, doing wellness coaching, and so this was an obvious industry that helping people that I obviously wanted to jump into. But much like what Kimmy had said earlier, I think what keeps me here now is all of you guys and the people that we meet. A lot of us tend to, when we grow up, we're looking for leaders and we're looking for mentors. And they're not always the people that are, on a stage telling you what to do or in front of a classroom. And I'm finding that very quickly just by meeting so many more people that come into our business and join our community, and there's leaders in each one of us. And just looking at all of you on this screen right now, I've learned so much from each one of you, and I'm working really closely with all of you and talking to you a lot more often, and I'm learning so much, and I'm so thankful for that. And I think that's the key heart here is just keeping me around for just to learn and soak up as much as I can from each and every one of you guys. So I want to thank all of you for me even just being here, because you guys are such a huge part of that.
Thanks, Lauren. Joel, while we got you, you good?
Yes, sir. I'll give a little bit of background because there's people on here that don't know that I actually haven't met. My name's Joel from Waco, Texas. A little bit of background. I used to be a personal trainer for about 3 years. After that, I was traveling all over the country, working on wind turbines. I was working 70, 80 hours a week. So I feel like I was already looking for something a little more where I can get my time back, because the one thing we can't buy back is our time, right? So I was away from my friends, my family all the time. I love traveling, but I want to be able to travel where I want to go on my time, on my terms. So SEAcret, I think it just came into my life at the right time. I was introduced by Lauren, and it was something that gave me that ability to travel places I wanted to travel, to spend more times with my friends and my family, and just be around the people that I love while earning an income doing that and just getting your life back, you know? So that's pretty much it, you guys.
Absolutely.
Very fortunate to be here, and I really appreciate y'all including me and Isaac taking time out, and very appreciative.
You don't get here by accident, Joel. So you've obviously proven yourself. You've done what you needed to do. So we do consider you as one of the leaders. So welcome. You know, we're really glad to have you here. Niles, sir.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Hey, Isaac, I really appreciate your time. You know, a big reason why I'm here is I think, and you guys know a little bit of my story, but I'm an exercise physiologist from Fresno. I've owned my own business for about 10 years now. And when I first joined, I was actually working 6 jobs and 80 hours a week. And I knew I couldn't keep up with all of that. And, you know, I love my wife. I love, you know, my family here. I love my church. I spend a lot of time discipling kids. And I knew if I wanted to continue to do that and to have the kids of my own one day, that I really needed to find something like this to help me buy back my time, exactly like Joel said. And, you know, when Chaz, you know, hit me up, and I remember, I talk about this all the time, but Chaz hit me up first, and he's like, hey, you know, I think we stumbled upon something, and he told me what it was, and I pretty much told him that he was dumb, and, you know, no thanks. But, you know, he told me your story, Isaac, and, you know, I was so blessed to hear that and to see the passion from you. And I trusted the 8 that, you know, had sat down with you and shared their stories. I trusted them. You know, I love you guys all to death. And, you know, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the entrepreneur that I am because of all you. And, you know, coming from a background of exercise physiology, I'm really looking to, you know, help propel this company forward. And so that's exactly why I'm here on this call. And I appreciate all you guys' time so much. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Miles. Lauren.
Guys, can you guys hear me? It's raining really hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Isaac, thank you so much for being on this call with us, and everybody on this call. You've become family to me. You've inspired me every single day, and I'm excited about continuing to grow. Just real quick, a few years ago, I was in a really bad place emotionally, kind of everywhere, and I was fortunate enough to meet a few people that taught me how to help heal myself through meditation and energy work and some other holistic methods, and that's also brought me back to my faith, which has been gone for many years. So I see this community as, well, SEAcret, not only because of the healing properties of our products, does everything really fit, but also the philosophy of living life with intention and vitality. And ultimately, I really see this as being the vehicle that will replace my full-time job so that I can have the time and financial freedom to really just help others learn how to heal themselves.
Phenomenal. Thank you very much. Maribel?
Hi, everyone. First off, I just want to thank you guys for your great leadership, new friendships. Isaac, thank you again so much for being at the right place at the right time, because, well, if you and my husband weren't the same group, we probably wouldn't be with SEAcret right now. So thank you. Most of you guys don't know my story, but of course, my husband Brian and I have 7 children, 2 grandchildren together. I currently work for a small employee-owned company, been there 8 years. Flexibility has always been part of my life. It's always, my family came first, and so it was important that if I needed to go here and there, that was going to happen. Recently that has changed, and so of course my options became open. I no longer felt that I needed to report to our boss, tell him when I can go, when I can leave, if I needed permission to do this. So I started looking. SEAcret came in at the right place, the right time. Brian was at the right place at the right time. We jumped in. So now I'm thankful SEAcret came into our lives, and so now we can actually together, Brian and I can work closely together, focus on our future, be successful, and just spend more time with our family and travel the world, because that's what we like to do. We like to travel. So.
Thank you very much, Maribel. And again, I just have to, I have to express my gratitude to just all of you guys who have your spouses that are so supportive. You know, it wasn't until we transitioned into this company that my wife ended up becoming more actively involved. And again, it's because of the people. So why Brian's on the phone, Brian, if you can just tell us a little bit about you.
Hey everybody, Brian Miles here. Traditional business owner for the last 6 years. We've had fairly decent success. However, I'm tired of working 100-hour weeks. Been doing that for a while, so I decided to make a little change last year, I guess it was, and sign up for a Tony Robbins course. Made that investment, went there, and got luckily teamed up with some crazy guys, Isaac, Josh, and Jesse, and everything's kind of changed since then a little bit. So kind of stumbled into SEAcret. I wasn't looking for it. I was looking to build, continue to build my own business, but I've found something here that I can't get from my traditional business. And after building a relationship with you guys, I just don't find myself going anywhere else. Because I can make money anywhere. I can build something successful wherever I go. But getting the relationships that I get here, it's rare. And I'm just glad that Isaac, you are the man that you are, because I never would have guessed you are who you are by the way you acted. You're very humble, you're very quiet and well-spoken, and just having the leadership around you that you did with Josh and Jesse, I literally, I don't care what you guys do, because I didn't even know what SEAcret was. I'm like, oh, SEAcret, okay, I have no idea what that is. And I'm like, well, once the weekend was over with Tony Robbins, I just kept poking and getting Jesse find out, what is this, And so he kind of told me, I'm like, well, okay, cool. And I just kind of found myself, I'm like, I just want to spend more time with you guys. I don't care what you do. I'm like, if I can make money doing this, let's do it. So that's kind of where we're at. And so I'm glad that me and Maribel can work it together. It's been fun and something different, because in the past we haven't been able to work something together like this. So it's kind of brought us together even closer, and looking forward to the future.
Thank you. It is amazing how the right decisions and the right people and surrounding yourself with all of the above helps not only strengthen our relationship with others, but our spouses as well. So thank you guys. Another combo, Mike and LA Lions.
I think you muted him. Mike, you're muted. There you go.
Hey, thank you all for being on this call. I love all of your servant leadership. Isaac, this is an honor, very special. Thank you so much. Regrettably, my better half, Allie, is working, so she couldn't make this, but I'll try to fill in. She's one of the big, you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm a serial entrepreneur. Here's the deal. I've kind of had successes in life, ups and downs. I've been to the poorhouse, penthouse, back to the poorhouse multiple times. My income has seldom been stable, which you can imagine has caused a great deal of stress within my family. There's been times when I've had to come home and say, guys, if family vacations canceled, or hey, that new car or the car we're supposed to fix, we're not going to do that due to challenges that occur in the traditional business side. So when SEAcret was introduced to me, it really checked off all the boxes for me to create income stability that I was really looking for. I saw this as an opportunity to build an income on the side that wasn't going to force me to tap into the normal reserves in order to keep going, and also to provide my family the type of lifestyle they so richly deserve. And more importantly, or not necessarily more importantly, but what really gets me going is the ability to show my 3 boys that they can, through consistent effort, achieve anything they want at any level inside this business of SEAcret. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it. And lastly, I want to be able to share Ida. She has asked to share her message. She unfortunately could not be here today. Today is the 1-year anniversary for her father, and they're doing a mass that she had otherwise committed. But she wanted to make sure she sent a message to you as well, Isaac.
Hey, Isaac, this is Ida Schumann. I just want to take some time to tell you that I'm so sorry that I could not be available in person. But I had to tell you that we are so thankful and so grateful that you are taking time out of your busy schedule to be here for us, to speak to us and to listen to us. It's an honor. It really is an honor. And I couldn't let the opportunity go by without sharing my story with you. I'm a photographer. I've been photographing for 27 years. And one of the questions that's always brought to me is, can you do something about the wrinkles around my eyes? And yes, I can through Photoshop. But what happens the next day when they look at themselves in the mirror? Nothing's changed. When I was introduced to SEAcret, I saw it as a missing tool I was needing to help people. Now I'm able to share what we have to help everyone look good every day, not just in a photograph. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you for all the opportunities that you have given us. And I look so forward to seeing you in Las Vegas. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So again, guys, I just want to really appreciate every single one of you guys doing above and beyond what the normal call of duty is, right? Ida didn't have to necessarily record something, but she felt that she was missing a very important part of our team. And she is, right? She's a very important part of our team. And I want to make sure that that's recognized, that every single one of you guys have put in so much time and effort, whether you have had a skincare background or not. The fact that we're moving into nutrition. I think before I turn this back over to Isaac, there's just one more screenshot that I want to share with you guys. Let me see if I can get that open here. And there we go. Over the course of the last 8 months, just so you kind of know what we're looking at here, over the course of the last 8 months, when we started our organization on faith, on hope, and a prayer, okay, we started coming off of something that was so raw that we didn't know who was going to follow us. We didn't know what we were going to do. But the fact that we believed in what we have, the fact that we believed in every single one of you guys here. You know what this screenshot is that you're looking at. And this is a screenshot from somebody above us in our organization who had something happen within their organization overnight. We arrived headquarters on a Wednesday, and we strategically planned a business launch. Okay, we didn't rush into getting our starter packets or doing whatever. We sat down and we strategized with the leaders of this organization. We sat down for 48 hours with Jesse, with Patty, with Josh, with Isaac, with the family. We looked at every ins and outs. We talked to the general counsel. We looked at all the customer care. We met the leadership before we even introduced everybody here. This is a screenshot of somebody in the organization above all of us. And you can see that we've made an impact within this organization. Because of the efforts of each and every one of you, in the last 8 months, our organization has had $500,000 in sales, more than $500,000 in direct sales with skincare that we were not understanding how to work, how to market, okay? $500,000, guys, is what you brought forth here. Can you only imagine what's going to happen when we take what your skill set is and the launch of nutrition, and you each have this screenshot in your inside organization? This is somebody who's not building a business, who is just looking at what we're doing, okay? And my challenge is for each of you guys to go out and build an organization so in 90 days and 6 months and 8 months and a year, you can look back at that and you can say, wow, there is an impact that we've made. And it doesn't matter where your experience was. It matters what you're willing to do to put your best foot forward. With that, Izhak, I'm going to turn the call right back over to you. I know that was a lot of information, but I think it was equally as important for everybody here to experience what we experienced with you sitting in that boardroom 8 months ago.
Yeah, first of all, it was the best part of my day, of my week, actually. I'm flying tomorrow to Australia and definitely hearing all of you, which I know most of your stories, but hearing them again and seeing some of the new faces just gave me the boost of energy I needed to go out there and inspire our Australian community. So thank you for that, because that was very, I needed it the same way as you do. And I can tell you that what Jay said, it's totally correct. You know, you guys made something that most people didn't believe is doable, because you came from a different industry. You came as one group, and you created a huge impact within SEAcret. I think that you possess one of the fastest rank advancement within the community, and this is a community that has 7-figure earners and over 200 6-figure earners globally. So what you've done is definitely something that can tell you that you have everything that you take to become what I was saying before. Now, you have to understand that any evolution of an organization is coming with waves. And these are the waves of either milestones in the evolution of the organization. If you look at Apple, for example, you know, when Steve Jobs came back, or when the iPhone came out, and we know the rest of it. So there is certain milestones in evolution of organization. And more importantly, here in SEAcret, there is certain waves of leadership that decide that they're not just like it and feel attracted to the community and the vision and the product, not only feel that SEAcret is their home, also take the belief that they can be the leaders of this organization, and they will be. And I think that if we look at both elements of milestones versus waves of leadership and what is being created by that, we have both today. We have a huge milestone of getting the nutrition in place and getting into the next phase of our community, which we know is going to be life-changing. And we have the wave of leadership that we needed so much. Whatever the leadership of SEAcret did until now, with their limited tools, with their ability to build, with the skincare products that we had, is nothing compared to what you can do today. And we need it. We can't keep on seeing the same faces of top leadership of the organization when we know that the evolution is part of the most critical point. All my life, I always wanted to have people that are better than me. All my life, because I've been told if you have people in your life that are better than you, your life will look better than what you can do on your own, you know. And it made so much sense to me throughout the years. And now I know that each one of you have the quality to become the leader of this community and help me, my family, our leaders, our friends, and the future generation of SEAcret achieve something that was never achieved before. I need you to step up. I need you to believe that you are the one that should be sitting in the cabinet table in next year when we replace the cabinet, because we replace them every 2 years. You're the one that can do it. You're the one that can make decisions for the future of this community. You're the one that should be leading this community to a better place, because SEAcret, with its vision, with its people, the culture, the values, the destiny that we have, we better get there now. Now, don't get me wrong. I will fight for it for the rest of my life. And even if it's not going to happen in my timeline, when I see what I believe this community can be, and it's much bigger than $20 billion or numbers, it's much bigger and more influential than that. But I know that I was part of it. I just know that with the talent that we have, we can achieve these goals sooner than later. I know that, Jay, we talked about it before, that maybe we can even have another trip to Phoenix sometime in the near future with a new wave of leadership that you guys have created. But until that point, I just want you to know that I got your back. I believe in you. I need you. I really do. And I know that we, all of us, have opportunity, especially after hearing the new stories I heard today. We have the opportunity to do something significant. So thank you for the opportunity to talk to you and listen to your stories, and the fortune that I have to have you in our life, in this community. And I just want you to know I love you. I'm here for you, and I'm here to serve as I made an oath 15 years ago. Thank you, Jay, and thank you for participating on the call today.
Thank you very much, Izhak. I appreciate that. And I think every single person on this call works better with the timeline. And so with your permission, I would like to duplicate exactly what we did when we left your boardroom that day in May. And you gave us a call to action to come back in 90 days. And not only come back as the leadership that's here, but to bring everybody in your organization. If there's not enough room, we'll make room, right? I think that part, the day that we were there and we made the decision and you impacted our lives was one part of that. But it really wasn't real until we came back and you were still there, right? There's so many times in my life and in our organization where we have leaders say things or we have family members or employers or whatever have give us promises and don't uphold their end of that bargain. And you are a man of highest integrity, value, honor, and loyalty. And I really appreciate everything that you've done. So with your permission, how does a 90-day run, especially with the launch of nutrition, sound that we can go out and we can change people's lives, build a community, and each bring a community of our own back to Arizona so they can now experience what we just did?
That sounds amazing. That's exactly what we need to do, especially when we actually planning a little surprise for the community next week to announce a 90-day run. Just so you know, on the call knows that we have something in the oven right now, that some type of promotion we're trying to run. So definitely it's going to be a catalyst for your 90-day run to come to Phoenix. I will be honored to have you and host you in my place. And maybe, Jay, you guys can do a call, all of you, and talk about what your expectations from the 90-day run, how you can help one another. And maybe we can jump on a call again, and each one of us will tell everybody what their goal and what they need in order to achieve that. So once you come over here in 90 days, it's going to be the best visit that the best experience that all of us ever had in our life. So I'm excited about this.
This is awesome. Chris, I'm going to open the call to you as well. If you want to add anything else before we conclude.
Yeah, I called dibs on Izhak's couch before any of you guys decide that that's where you're crashing. First and foremost. No, I'm, Jay and I talked about this last week, and I know we kind of had this conversation brewing amongst us for the last few months, is getting to a point within our organization where we could really duplicate what we had the good fortune to do when we first came in. And when we were all in that boardroom and we were talking and strategizing, our first 90-day run and being able to come back to Arizona and introduce our family to really what we saw here in SEAcret so you guys could understand what it was that we felt. That was the timeline and the fire under my butt that I needed to go out and really make things happen. And what I want you guys to really understand here on this call is I look at each and every one of you guys, and I know from having multiple conversations with all of you what your goals are inside of this organization. And I really want you to feel empowered to go out and be the leader that you need to be to build the organization, to go do things your way, right? To burn your own path, and really take these next 90 days to be the fire under your butt that you need to go out and make it happen. Because this isn't an organization of the 8 people who came in and then there's everybody else. You guys are all unbelievable leaders in your businesses, and I want you to know that we all see you that way. And now's the time. Now, if there was ever a time to step up into your own leadership element or whatever you want to call it, to really take the reins of your business and run, this is it. Because in 90 days or so, we'll all have the opportunity to go back to Arizona, and you'll be able to bring your people to see what you've seen, to meet Izhak, to have dinner at his house. And I really want to make sure everybody really takes advantage of that. This is it. If we ever needed the fire, if we ever needed the spark, my God, I mean, we got 90 days. I'm going to shut up.
There it is. Excellent. One last question, Izhak, for you as we're going into launching nutrition. There's several people that I've talked to, both agents and non-agents, who have questions from the medical standpoint. I can give them my best, professional opinion, but I still have to be compliant with agent standards. Is there someone within the company that we can reach out to that's a medical physician that can answer questions with like bariatric surgery or people with autoimmune diseases? I see it as the best of the best. And why would you not use something that's, now a patented technology, patent pending technology, but is there a resource that we can direct people to get those questions answered, sir?
Sure. So first of all, I would love to spend time with you on the phone, because I'm not going to launch product that I don't feel comfortable with all the data and the information of everything it was with the research and the formulation that had to do with it. So I know a lot. I would love to spend time with you. But we have Sanjeev. Sanjeev is a consultant for the nutrition, and that's what he does. And he's going to be a great resource for all the information. We also have clinical studies happening in Israel right now as we speak in the best universities. They're doing the comparison of the technology that we have versus other forms, other delivery systems. So that's going to be supplied to you, as I said on the reunion. And like I said to you also in the reunion, we're preparing a project that is going to be based on genetic approach for people, which we're going to customize nutrition, workout plan, supplements, everything that you around your life based on what you need. So, and that's going to also address people that have certain conditions, obviously. So all this information, I would be more than happy to connect you and Sanjeev and get all your questions answered. I'm going to be available for you, and if not, we can also have our formulators from Israel if needed. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, again for your time. Thank you for the rest of the team of leadership here for your time. This is just the perfect storm, guys. We have 90 days. Izhak, travel safe. I wish we were all going to Australia with you while you're on fire, because every single one of us are on fire, and we're ready to globally grow our business. So with that, I'm going to stop the recording.